Hi everyone. So this is going to be my final review of the Fuji X-T3. I have over 30 videos talk about its ability to focus, its ability to take pictures, video, a lot of things. It's been a very exciting camera to work with. And if you've never had a Fuji camera before, definitely this would be my first choice, I think. Now, if you've never used a Fuji camera before, it has a aperture ring to control the aperture. It has a ISO dial to control your ISO, a shutter speed dial, an exposure compensation dial, which is really neat. When I first used this, the X-T1 actually, I was really confused and I didn't understand what was going on. But after a few months, I did get to realize how your skills just exponentially increase in terms of an ability to take a picture or even video too. This, of course, is nothing compared to the XE3 or the XH1 or the XT200 or the XT100 or the XT10 or 20. I think there's a 20. No way. Sure. It doesn't have a flippy screen. It's a little bit harder to videotape yourself or film yourself, but it does have a couple of features, like it has one of these lights. There's an LED here that blinks if you want to when you record. Oh, one other thing too, if you're new to Fuji, is that you have manual focus, continuous, autofocusing, and single. One of the things about the Fuji camera now is that, especially the X-T3, and something that after the X-T3, and I can't remember off of my head, it focuses way better now in continuous autofocusing. The XH1 was promised that it was going to be the best focusing and the best camera for video. It isn't. Not in my opinion. Its IBIS is great. You can take pictures at 1/10 of a second almost. But in terms of performance, in terms of focusing, continuous autofocusing, it hunts just like every other camera. The X100F, X100T, XE3, XT, what is it? XE2S, X100, XT10, XT100. I've had most of those cameras, and or even the, what is that, XP140. None of them compare to the autofocus ability of this. Now, what's so special about this camera? Well, it's lightweight, it's compact. One of the things that I think people missed when they were talking about mirrorless cameras is the electronic viewfinder. The electronic viewfinder allows you to chimp, which there's nothing wrong with that. The whole idea that you take a picture and then you look at the screen to see if the settings are right or the color or whatever. Well, you can do that inside, where what I usually do is I take pictures in black and white and I look at the tone. I'm not so worried about the JPEG or the colors, even though the JPEGs on these cameras, even up, ever since the first camera that they built, the X100, the JPEGs are awesome, and they get better and better as you buy newer and newer cameras. Batteries, unfortunately, are very, very similar to the ones for the X100. They are the same, X100F, the T, the X-T3. And it's unfortunate because it's one of the limitations, and apparently the X-T4 will change that, perhaps. That orange matches with that orange right there. That's pretty neat. I think it does. There you go. That snaps in. Positioning of the quarter 20 is really finally at the center of this lens barrel. That's pretty cool. In here, fascinating connections. You have HDMI. Let me see if I can read this. You can actually take this panel off, which is pretty cool when you're filming. Yes, this is HDMI, and that's, I guess, the mini. And then you have USB-C, and there's a little battery icon here. So you can, there's specific types of battery pack that you need. Let me see if I have it here. It's this guy right here, and sometimes this one's on sale on Amazon. Let's see, it's the Anchor, but a specific type of Anchor. This one is the PowerCore Plus 26800 PD. And apparently this one, and I have tried it already, it does charge the battery, so, or has the camera, powers the camera. How about that? So that's a nice advantage over other cameras, USB-C. And then headphones, wow, which is not, you know, a mini jack. Is it a mini jack? This is 1/8 of an inch. Oh yeah, not a very tiny jack, but a normal jack. And then this one's for microphone, which I use, oh, where is it? This guy right here, which is the Rode, gotta get this right, the Video Micro, right? There it is, right there. The Video Micro. Awesome microphone. Plugs very easily there. And, you know, I've made movies on that, and you can check those movies out. And I have a small HD, which easily goes on the cold shoe right here. Cool thing is, it comes with the appropriate connection. And you can easily fold it, tighten it, videotape this way. It's amazing what this camera can do. Now let's put this back here. Let's see if we can. Hopefully. There we go. On the other side, you know, what was it? Almost 2 years ago, right? The whole thing that, oh, you know, this camera doesn't have two SD cards, you know, because, oh my gosh, you know, you might lose data one day, and professionals need two. Well, this one has two. 2 slots. Let's see, what else can I tell you? This is very interesting feature that I really love about the X-T3. It has this threaded shutter button, which you can put this little soft little button, nice little beautiful button that you can get at Amazon, and that threads very nicely in there. Beautiful, gives it that beautiful look to it. Crop sensor, of course. Different lenses have different properties. The 23, I'm not too fancy about the 23, but it's useful. Something like the 56. The 56 is a beautiful portrait lens, but unfortunately, it doesn't focus very quickly, and I wouldn't use it for sports. Even though it's sort of like a long lens, it's like an 85. But the 16, The 16 is the king. The lens, some people say it's a 23, but this one has a clutch. So you can focus manually. And yes, it has a peaking. But the 16 goes to 1.4. This 56 goes to 1.2. 1.2. Amazing. But the 16 is the one that if you go outside at night, you can take really nice pictures. Video. This is the best video camera you can get from Fuji. In terms of this form factor. XH1 is not there yet, but most likely the XH2, with the proper sensor and the proper processor, it's going to rock, especially with the IBIS. But for me, it's not there. Maybe I should show you a couple of things that come with it too. It comes with a flash, charging bag, one battery, and an adapter, I guess for other countries, and then the band that goes around your neck. And of course it also comes with a book. That's pretty neat. And that's it. It doesn't have the lens if you buy just the body itself. So it's been very nice to have the X-T3 and the X-T4. The X-T4 is coming out pretty soon, and I can't wait to see that camera.